So I bought this small caboose and I took it apart and then I discovered some things, so I figured maybe I would video it while I attempted to fix it. So I've already kind of taken it apart, and really heavy. It's made out of metal, and I couldn't find any place where it was, you know, who made it, who the manufacturer was. I already put one coupler on, and what I did here was I kind of got a couple of pieces of wood strips and, you know, painted it to make it look weathered, and then just used that kind of on the bottom to seal it up and to make it look like you know, it was old and weathered, and just to hold the coupler in. The coupler is nothing special, but anyway, it looks like this thing had been put together with the screw in the middle too tight, because if you look at it, the frame is bent, and I thought that I could live with it, but I really can't. So I have to try and attempt to straighten this thing out, because if you look at it, you can see that it's really got a curve to it. And like I said, I thought I would just wind up putting this thing back together, but I really need to straighten out this frame, because you could see definitely there's a bow to it. And sorry about the bad videoing, but holding the thing with one hand while holding the camera with the other is not the easiest thing in the world. So yeah, so you can see that it's got a bow to it. Okay, so I figure I'm going to build it up and then put it in a vise and slowly turn it and see what happens. So, wish me luck. Okay, so this is just a shot of the before. And you can kind of see the bow that I'm talking about. Okay, so here you can kind of see the bow that I'm talking about, how just, see that? And it seems like it's not a big deal maybe, but for whatever reason I just cannot live with it. It must be fixed. And it's very visible here. I'm not sure how good it's coming out, but at this point, let's get on with it. Okay, so I built up wood on both sides just temporarily to get them even. Now I'm going to build it up further, because I got to get beyond these two little posts here, otherwise those will get smushed. And so, you know, before, you see, definitely see the bow in this thing. Okay, so this is a very rinky-dink kind of thing that I have rigged here. But basically, I've got it clamped in the middle. I put some spacers. I figure these Lego blocks, even though they may get a little squished, they'll be squished more or less equally if they do squish. And I have this flat block on the other side, this piece of metal. So taped everything together, and so you can see like this gap here, and there's another one over here. So I'm really, as I turn this thing slowly, I'm going to be looking, this one's harder to see, for this to just close, and then I'll be done. And if it doesn't work, then I'll post this as an example of what not to do. Alright, and that's the dryer going off in the background. So, okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so there seems to have been some improvement. And so what I'm going to do is extract this thing out of here. See how we did. So it does not seem to have worked. It seems like it just kind of sprang straight And then when I loosened it, it sprang back out. And you can see, I taped it here, you can see the gap is still very much there. The thing is still curved and not level. Gonna have to think of something else, or else gonna have to live with it. Open to suggestions. Maybe I'll post this part first, and maybe somebody will have an idea. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure how to do this. Maybe I'll just have to leave it in the vise for a while. Okay, so next thing I tried was taking this stack of weights and parking it on top of the frame overnight, and that didn't work either. So then I finally got a little brute force with it and wound up centering this on top of it, which I proceeded to then gently tap with this, and plugging it back afterwards into the thing. You can see, I don't know if it'll come through. It's a lot straighter than it was. It doesn't have that curve in the middle anymore, and it looks very nice and straight now on the frame, on the well, when it's merged with the rest of the body. Looks really good. So we shall put some wheels on it, see what's what. Okay, so it's looking really good, and still needs a stack. I have to put the railings back, or I might make some out of wire, I'm not sure. And then I have another idea or two I may try out, but so far this little caboose is coming along really nice.